Hey there, my friends. This is Andy coming to you live from Orange County, California on what is tonight? A Thursday, Thursday night. And just trying out some new shenanigans here on my broadcast. And I'll be dropping down the music here just a little bit. And that slurp that I took earlier was probably pretty loud. I realized how close I was to the mic when I went slurped. All right, so we're going to talk about some shenanigans in Washington, D.C. I didn't have any free time. I didn't think I was going to be able to get on live, but I made a phone call to my assistant. We had some work going on, and it looks like I'm clear for about a half hour. And then I got to get on another conference call with my fiance to talk about some stuff that's happening in our lives. And so we could be talking deep into the night. All good, by the way, just fantastic stuff. But we've been so busy, so much stuff going on, but it's been good. Not as busy as the Democrats in Washington, D.C. with all their shenanigans. First of all, what I wanted to talk about, and I was so sometimes, as you probably know, if you follow me at all, know that I have a trouble with using strong words and saying things about how I really feel about people. Now, apparently that's not good because some people get their feelers hurt and that kind of stuff. But when people continuously are ridiculous in their actions, like the Democrats have been, and what they're doing to our freedom of speech and our freedom of religion and our country in regard to shutdowns and all that kind of stuff. And they won't stop because now, as you know, they have been impeaching the president. And I haven't even been watching. It's almost like, I don't even care. Who cares? Impeach him. I don't care. It doesn't bother. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at this point because, that they're, I think there's many people that think they're impeached, and they're probably right in many cases, that many of them, especially Nancy Pelosi, she's just a lunatic. It's just nuts. But also she has just so much disdain and hatred for the president because she's messing things up. That they wanted to think that they are these special people that only can become politicians and leaders of this country. That there's nobody like an average person, like a businessman, can come and do what we do, much less do it better. And then he comes in, and regardless of how much they tried to ruin his life over the 5 years, he continued to do things better. Can you imagine how great things would be if they would have helped him? In a positive way, make this country better. It's like they're just like going, how is this possible? For 5 years, we've been trying to impeach him. We impeached him once. It didn't change anything. We didn't get rid of him. We've tried to claim that he was an outlaw, that he needed to be arrested, that he was a racist. We tried to say that he was a homophobe. We tried to say all these things, but yet his base started growing. The blacks community started following in higher numbers. The Mexicans started following in higher numbers. Other religions began to follow him in higher numbers. What the hell's going? We're gonna, we're gonna do this, whatever it was. Whatever the next thing was. Who knows what it was? And then you know what? He's got a week left. We still have a chance. We got to remove him from office. Hey Nancy, there's only a week left. There's not even that. There's like 6-7 days. Like you're crazy. You've lost your mind. But you know what it is? And it's not. Again, for her, it probably is all about Trump. But it really is a number of Democrats, and it's the voters. And again, I've now tied them all together. I could care less what you think of me. I really don't care. NBC News called me a conservative Facebook host of some sort. I can't remember the exact words, but I think, oh no, I'm in big trouble now. They're going to cancel me. But it really is. The cheering for impeaching him is not about President Trump because they know that they can't do it. That once he's no longer president, you can't impeach somebody that's no longer president. I mean, it really is a ridiculous notion. What an impeachment is to remove him from office, and they rush through this thing. There's no witnesses. There's no debate, from the suspect, right? It really goes to show what they really want to do to the rest of America, to Americans. They really don't even care if you're a Democrat. The leadership doesn't. And most Democrats don't see that. They think it's only going to happen to the Republicans or the conservatives and the Christians. They really think it's only going to happen to them. They are sadly mistaken. They are sadly mistaken. But they're on board because of how much they hate you. They hate you that much. They're trying to destroy what they believe you love. Because how many times have we said, we love you, Donald Trump. We love what you've done. I don't know. I mean, I don't even know him personally. How can I say that I love him when I don't know him personally? But I love what he's done. I love that he kind of speaks like I do, you know, a little bit gruff and a little bit rough, and he kind of upsets people because he speaks the truth and tells them honestly how he feels about them. And then when he likes him, he tells them that he likes him. I mean, he could have told somebody 2 weeks before that you are an idiot, you're a moron, and then the next day, oh, you know what, you did really good on that thing. You know what? Now come on in. Now you're one of my friends. Like he's just like a real person, unlike the other nitwits who claim certain things are just simply just horrible, nasty, mean. They have no sense of humor. They're ugly. They're ugly in their personality, which makes them ugly in their appearance. They're demonic, and they just simply hate people. And so, and I know I came on saying I was going to be a lot nicer. I can't do it. But the reason they want to impeach him is not just because they hate him. It's because they hate you. How do we know this? Because they are trying to silence us, right? They're getting rid of Parler and they're trying to crush Parler, because they think all of us are on Parler. They're trying to crush anything that we're doing on Twitter because they don't want us to have the opportunity to talk truth and facts. That has been banned. It all gets fact checked. Anything that's true gets fact checked. Right. And that is the one thing that I've seen many articles about, that people more than likely, when they see something's being fact checked, they know that that's probably truthful. It's just the opposite of what it is that they're trying to do. Right. They're saying, oh, well, you can't see that because it's not true. And people go, oh, it must be true. That's why they're blocking it. And so they're just trying to show you in their actions and what they're continuing to do of how much they hate you. And so that is the truth. And I'll give you an example of that in just 1 second. Hey, Nalani, nice to see you. And I love the American flags. I try to include those every time I put up a post or a comment, just to make people upset. Hey, Bev, nice to see you. Amy Phelps, hello. Sent me some great texts with some great information earlier today. Bev saying hi to Amy. Amy saying hi to Bev. I love you guys. I've got better names for Pelosi. Yeah, well, I do too, but I'm trying to be nice and not use them. He ruined their plans for the Great Reset. Obama had started it. Then Trump made America strong again. They're just furious. You're right. They're just furious. They're just so angry. Like, how would you like to live your life just living that angry all the time? I got a couple Democrats that I refuse to delete them because they just show you how what a horrible life. Right? A couple of them spend so much time on my Facebook page. I'm just going, oh, I'm so sad for you. I spend no time on anybody's page. I love Amy. I love Bev. I love Debbie. I love you guys. I'm going to tell you right now, I love you. I spend no time on your Facebook page. And maybe a fraction. Maybe every so often I go, hey, well, let's see what they're doing. But I spend no time searching through your stuff to comment on. I got some very sad people who watch what it is that I'm doing constantly. And I go, how boring. I am not that exciting. You're spending time and I can't. And if I comment, bam, it comes so instantaneously. And I just sometimes wait. Sometimes I just sit there and go, you know what? I'm not going to respond because I know it's driving them crazy because they've probably already had something typed up ready to go, because it never makes sense, right? I'll respond in a comment and whatever their comment is makes no sense to my comment. It's like, but you know what they're doing, right? This is how horrible their life is, living in their parents' basement. And I think these people are like 30 or 40 years old. Sadly, they're living in their parents' base. I mean, they have to be. I don't know what else they're doing. But one of the guys named Mark, right? I think I got his name right. I always want to call him Mike for some reason, but I think his name's Mark. But you just sit there, and you guys know what I'm talking about. It is the funniest thing. I love playing with him, and it's always the same stuff. What he's done, he's taking much of the phraseology that I used in the past to kick back at him a little bit, and now he's copying it. Goes, well, I'm going to use that against him, and he uses the same phraseology. If you see any of his posts, just notice that much of the stuff that he's written is me, except for if it said Biden or if it said Pelosi, he always inserts Trump. It's my entertainment. So please don't take that away from me, Mark. Please never leave, because I love you almost as much as you love me. And I know he loves the president because there's never a comment that doesn't have Trump in it. He's always commenting on me, and he's always commenting Trump. His love affair with the two of us is just spectacular. I just love it so much. And so, hey, Priscilla. You're not late. You're right on time. Let's see. Facebook kept booting me off watching on you on YouTube. Yeah, there's something just really wacky going on with Facebook today. It's all jacked up. I don't know if it's just all jacked up for me and Mark K. Again, I'm never claiming to be as big as those guys. They get thousands of viewers all the time. But yeah, I have some weird stuff going on. If I bring down my notifications, it says I have no notifications, even though there's a number that keeps going up. And every time I click on it, it says, you have no notifications. Nobody likes you or cares about you. Okay. That's good. So what I want to share with you is a couple snippets from last night. I did this earlier on the devotional, but this is a demonstration of just how much they hate Christians, the Democrats, and how much they hate you. And Ravi Sarfani is an Israeli. And he's telling a story to Jack Hibbs. Ravi is very famous in the Christian circles. He's written a number of really good books, and he's an Israeli. He's a captain in the Israeli army. And so he is talking about how he was in Washington, D.C., and he gets a tweet or a tweet message, I think it is. And he says, they're talking to him about how Christians need to give up. And so it's really interesting to hear him tell this story. So I'm going to take down my frame here and bring up Ravi. And this is just one of the things that I'm going to bring up. And then I have a thing that Amy sent me earlier that I'm going to share with you about what's coming tomorrow. So you guys will be really, we got some good news. We got, again, the thing, and I have another part that is just going to hopefully describe all of us and how we feel about this world and the United States and about our future. That, I'm really enjoying, I really enjoy 2020, and I'm enjoying as 2021 comes in. There's a lot of fun in what's coming up here. So let me I'm sorry. I'm trying to click on the frames and read your messages are coming in a little bit rapidly, and I can't keep up with them all. Everybody's saying hi to each other. It's fantastic. But yeah, people are saying they're getting booted off of Facebook. It's crazy. And all the important people are here. Yes, Bev. All right. So let me share what Ravi said last night and telling the story about when he was in Washington, D.C. during the rally of the message he got from one of the congressmen. A congressman actually messaged him. Here we go. Add to the stream. Make it large. Mute my mic.
You're still on Twitter?
No, that's why I left. Yesterday, I left 158,000 followers on Twitter. But listen, so I got there was a tweet that was aimed at me by Congressman. I don't know what he wants from me.
Thought you were a voter.
Congressman Adam Kinzinger. Now listen, look what he wrote. I believe there's a huge burden now on pastors and clergy who openly spread the conspiracies of a stolen election, like Robert Jeffress, Behold Israel, and Franklin Graham. I don't know why the Israeli, have to be in that list. I don't have a clue. Now, if he didn't make his homework finding out that I'm an Israeli, I don't trust him about the election. Think about it. But watch this. And then he said, among many others, to admit their mistakes and lead their flocks out of darkness to truth. So that Israeli did not stay silent. I wrote that was my last tweet before I left Twitter. Literally 2 minutes later, I was up and it was there. There's no burden here. I haven't changed my mind, and close to 80 million Americans haven't either. And then I said, by censoring us, you only make us even more convinced of your shenanigans.
Yep, I love that. And yes, thank you for correcting me. Hedia is on right now, and the one thing that she's had on one of her pages is about Ravi. And so, and it blew up about all the stuff going on with Ravi. So I apologize to Amir. That you definitely don't want to be confused between those two guys and what's going on with their careers right now. So I bet Amir, I am so sorry. So I apologize for that. Ravi, I don't know. I was thinking about something about earlier. Somebody else had sent me something about Ravi. And again, I apologize. I know you guys are so great that in the messenger, you send me so many messages about stuff that's happening. And I'm so sorry. I cannot keep up with everything. And I tried to look at a couple today in between some of the stuff I was doing to catch up, but I'm so sorry. If just keep sending me messages, at some point I will get to it. And I apologize. People hate my guts because I don't get back to them. And I'm sorry. But back to Amir. It was so truthful, right? It's just like they're attacking an Israeli, or I don't know if you can use the word attack, but they're just saying you guys need to just give in and come to the truth, that there was no steal for the election, that Donald Trump is a Russian spy, and you need to know that blah blah blah, and continue on, and you're just like going, what? You are nuts. And so it's just really cool to be around people like that just are not ashamed or afraid to share some of the stuff with you, that it's just not you. I'm looking at my phone because I got to find out what my next post is at 1:15:25. So at 1:15:25, I want to get to the part. I'm looking to see what time it is. I promised I'd be ready to go at 7 o'clock. So in Hetty, I was talking earlier about that I have an important phone call with you in a little bit. 1:15. Wow, is it really supposed to be 1:15? It seems like it's pretty far down there, but I may not be at the right spot. I hope it is. And I think it's as close as I'm going to get right there. Hold on. I got to listen to it and see where he's at.
Why listen? You need to trust.
Okay. I'm pretty sure that's the right spot. And so this is the thing that's going to be important for us moving forward as Christians, conservative Christians in the United States. And I've already seen some weaknesses in some people's armor over the last 6 or 7 months that I've been doing the devotional and some of these more rough shows. Is that and I've been playing some of Jack's stuff and some of Mark's stuff and other pastors and other things that I've been mentioning, and that is people say you told us to pray, you told us that it would be okay, and that we were gonna and they're going, how come we're praying and nothing's getting better, everything's getting worse, and more people are dying, and you see the despair in people that have been saying that they're Christians, and I keep putting up stuff. Hey, don't have fear. What are we going to do? Like, we pray, and then we cannot control so much of what God has planned or what is happening in our world. And what are the end times? Do the end times come quickly in God's speak? Is that quickly like in 10 seconds, or is quickly in God's speak in 10 years? I don't know. But what we need to know is that it's all in his hands, and that we just pray and we stay positive and we move forward, and we don't want to stoop down to be living in a fearful way as the Democrats want us to live. Hetty and I'm sorry, I keep bringing up Hetty, but I'm not sorry. Hetty and I talk about that there's certain people in our lives that want to bring us down, that do not want to see our happiness, and they will, and we call them the terrorists of our lives. So we have terrorists of the United States of America, and then we have 1 or 2 terrorists in our world between the two of us. And you can't let the terrorists win. One of the ways the terrorists win, like Democrats in total, voters and politicians, is that they want you to be as miserable as they are. They want you to live in fear like they live every day. Wear your mask. You can't go to the super spreader church, the 3,000 people at the church at the service. You're going to kill people. People are going to die. Listen, 99.7% of the people survive COVID. Hey, idiot. Oh, sorry. Gosh darn it, I wasn't going to go there. So they want you to live in fear every single day. They want you to be angry. They want you to be sad. They want you to be poor. Other than today, I have not worked ever since this thing started. I've lost every bit of my income. Should anybody be sad? Yes, me. I got 5 kids. 4 of them are still in school. I should be sad, but I'm not. I'm having the best time of my life in 2020. I can't afford the things I used to say. I haven't traveled. I haven't done a lot of things, but God is good. God is great. And so the only reason I'm telling you that is because I want you to understand that that's not because I'm a special person or because I'm a lunatic. Well, I might be, but I'm crazy for God. I'm crazy for my faith. I'm crazy for where I'm at. I'm crazy for the fact that I was so lost before, but I have been found. And so should you. They are crazy people. They are nuts. And so this next little clip, and I hope I'm at the right spot, what Jack is demonstrating is how you need to live your life as a Christian. And I think it was really cool and kind of funny how he did it. And so I wanted to share this with you to let you know that I don't feel crazy anymore because Jack is describing exactly how I feel. And I share one more thing. When I was in the hospital with COVID, people go, oh, see all that talk about COVID. Now you're going to die. And now you're in the hospital. I go, okay, because the good news is I am a follower of Christ and I am born again and I feel great about it. And I'm a chosen one. I just discovered today. And so there I was in the hospital, signing a do not resuscitate. And I had people around me who are of the demonic Democrat ilk who were sending me messages. See, you're going to die now. See, you're sick. And now you're going to get your kids sick. And I'm going, what is wrong with you people? You guys are crazy. This is great because I've been able to study. I've been able to learn more about God. I've been praying. I've got closer to God. I had this great girlfriend at the time who's now my fiance who just revealed herself to me that how amazing she is. And if I were to live through it, I would be the luckiest man in the world. But if I were to die, then I know that she would have been prayed over me. And at least the last person I got to know in a relationship was one of the best people in my entire life. That what else you're going to do? Right. And so this is what I want to share with you. I'm sorry, I went on a little bit of a rant there and I'm getting a little sweaty talking about this, but I want to share with you this bit of what Jack shares. And although it's a little bit goofy, but it's funny and it's fun. And it's exactly how you should live your life from this point on and get into the Word of God and spend at least 4 or more days a week in some type of devotional, reading the Bible or with a friend or a Bible study with people. All right, here we go. I'm bringing it. Oops. Wow, they did it again. All right, we'll bring it up. And again, I hope this is the right clip. So I'm sorry if it's not.
It's Jesus tonight. Listen, it's not that's how it works, I should say. It's how he works. He does it. He saves. He forgives. He rescues. You have listen, you have a life. Yeah. Your life is not politics. Our lives it's not politics. Our lives are not a party. Our lives, listen, we have a life. We worship our God. We take a hike. We eat pizza, we have fun, we can go sailing, or we can take a walk. Why? We have lives. We enjoy what God's given us. The other team, they have only one God, and it's a little g. It's government. That's their world. That's all they got. That's not all that we have. We do righteousness. We say, hey, you know what? God is life. We should stand for life. And if people accept it or not, it doesn't change the truth that God is life. God is life. He gives life. He's the one. At the end of the day, we joked about it right when we came out. I told Amir in one of our lighter moments, I said, remember?
Yeah.
I said, to encourage him just before we came out, I stopped and turned around. I said, listen, they can only torture us so long. And he goes, okay. And I said, you can only die so long and then you're dead. And when you're dead, you're free. And he said, that's right. What'd you say? It was a Bible verse.
Absent.
No, you didn't say that verse. It was other verse.
For me, to live is Christ, to die is gain.
So we joke to say, somebody grabs you. So you're Jack? Yes. Yes. You're Amir? Yes. We're going to kill you. Okay.
Great. Thank you.
Okay. Wait, you okay with that? I'm okay with that. But we don't like that you're okay with that.
So stop trying to kill me.
So we're not going to kill you. Okay. But you okay with that? Yes.
Perfectly.
Then we're going to kill you. Okay. But you're okay with that? Yes. To live is Christ. Yeah. Or then we're going to kill you. To die is gain. Right? You can't be stopped. You can't be stopped.
Oh, and they go on. It was so good, and that is so good. I want to thank Miguel. Miguel, man, dude, I miss you. Gosh, we got to figure out some way to get together, or do something. Just miss hanging out with you at the events that we used to be at all the time. And thank you so much. My relationships with Christ and my fiance. Yeah, you know what? That's actually I'm gonna have to save that picture. How am I gonna do that? Where am I? There it is. I'll have to take that freeze frame a little bit later on. But yeah, thank you so much. I do appreciate that, Miguel. And Miguel, I do miss you. One of the smartest men I know is Miguel. You know, one of the smartest men I know is Miguel, and he really is smart. Not like Biden, who says his son Hunter, the meth addict, who you see the pictures of him, the pedophile, and Biden says he's the smartest guy that he knows. No. Miguel, sorry, Miguel, I'm not comparing you to Hunter, but Miguel truly is one of the smartest men that I've ever met in my entire life. A fantastic man with a great history, just as an amazing man. So if you don't know Miguel, you should know him. Hey, Carl, I see you. Another great man. Despite all this happened, you could see joy and happiness in Pastor Jack. What an example. That wasn't amazing. I loved that part. It was so good. I love Pastor Jack too. Me too, Debbie. Last night's message was awesome. It was amazing. And thank you, Hedia, for telling me that. That was awesome. And sorry, I got Amir. I'm so sad I got Amir. I called him the other name. I'm not going to say it again, but again, the conversations, those two names are very close in my brain. So I apologize for that. All right. So so that's a great time. And it coincides with what I was talking about back then. I know that I got criticized for saying I'm okay. I'm okay. At the time that I was not doing well in the hospital. And then when I talked about it at a rally, I got more, kickback from people. Oh, people, your kids probably care. Of course my kids care. I didn't say that my kids care that I'm not around. Oh, I hope that they care. But all right. To live as Christ and to die is gain. That is another tattoo. I'm going to be all tattooed up one of these days. You're going to see I'm going to have tattoos on my neck. It's going to be crazy. It's all going to be Bible verses when I finally get it all done. Hedia is going to love it. And so I'm going to get all those tattoos a little bit later on. All right. So let me just finish this up because, it's 7:00 because Hedia, I'm late for my call. Hedia, if you're still on, I'm sorry I'm late, but I got one more thing I want to share. And that is what's happening tomorrow. And I hope that it's good. Now here is the thing. We are going to get some information released tomorrow from the FBI. Hedia used to work with the FBI, and sometimes I feel bad when I talk badly about the FBI. But as a police officer, I worked with the FBI, and it wasn't always great. There were some good guys at the FBI, but we never, it's kind of like policemen and firemen. There's always this little thing that we do. We will be there. Like if a fireman goes down and we need to be there and we have to cover him because he's getting shot, we will put our lives in front of the fireman. And so would they. If we were stuck as a policeman stuck in a fire, the fireman would come in there and rescue us and take us out of a burning house. There's no doubt about it. But on the ice, when we played hockey together, we hurt each other. I have scars on my face from fights in hockey games in Montreal and in the Slovak Republic and Austria and in Canada when we were playing. And some of my scars are mostly from firemen. And they have scars from me. I just want to make sure that I make that clear that I didn't take all the scars, but I gave a couple scars myself. But there's this thing, right, between the FBI. Also, the leadership of the FBI has not proven to be really on our side. At least it's been Comey, and you got the other dude, and you got some other guys, right, that have not done us any good. Well, those things are going to come out. Some of those things are going to come out. We weren't fond of cops either. Well, you're going to marry one. So there, that's how that turns out, right? And I dated a Fed. Oh, that's so funny. But tomorrow, Donald Trump has decided he's going to release an unclassified documents about the Russian collusion and hose draggers. Yeah, those stinking hose draggers. Then we're talking about firemen, by the way, just in case you were wondering, not FBI. I didn't know the FBI that well to know whether they were hose draggers or not, but definitely firemen, and not what you think. We call them pole dancers. We call the name could go on. I mean, we could just go on with this kind of stuff. The irony is not lost on me. Me either. In so many ways, Hetty. We talk. Oh my gosh, Hetty and I are going to do a show just on those subjects. It's more than one subject about how we go. How do we end up here together? It's like it's not. It is literally like a fireman and a policeman getting married, and that's Leandra Blades. That her husband's a fireman and she's a police officer, and that is one of those things. Like, how did that work? But anyway, all right. Let me get back to the subject. You guys are distracting me. All right, with the hose dragger, and so tomorrow, the information is going to be released, and I just want to say this little caveat. I'm excited just to hear it, but the excitement of hearing it is not going to last very long because nothing's going to happen, right? We don't have anybody in Washington, D.C. The shenanigans that are going on are not in our favor. The shenanigans that are going on are to crush America and crush our Constitution. And so although the information has come out that Obama is, in fact, one of the most corrupt administrations that we've ever had, and that Comey and Obama and Biden and Hillary Clinton cooked up the dossier and the investigation against President Trump and spied on him and lied about it, nothing's going to happen. Nothing. They're going to say that, because President Trump said peacefully and patriotically, go to the Capitol building and tell them how you feel about it, because he said to patriotically do that and peacefully that's he was in the whatever it was that they said, there was terrorist act. I think it was the strong. I was trying to think of the strongest word that they used, that he was a terrorist, that the conservatives that were there, all of them, including Leandra Blades, are terrorists. Because he said to peacefully and patriotically go tell the Capitol how it is you feel. But they can, for 5 years, create chaos in our country, and it's not that big of a deal. And so the news is going to be just like confirming what we all know. But it's still exciting. So let me go ahead and play that clip that is going to be coming out tomorrow. Lou Dobbs, a great American, is the show that I'm going to be showing you. But I just want to see. I guess it's a pile of papers of documents that are going to be released, and it's going to be pretty interesting just to hear. We just want confirmation, and nothing will happen. And they'll still try to destroy our Constitution and still try to burn down our cities and try to be idiots, and say that you can't use certain gender words in the House. But yet then she says all the gender words in the House. They're just that crazy. So let me go ahead and share this and play this for you right almost now. Hold on. I got to make it. There we go. And that. Okay. It's ready to rock and roll.
And he is also a great American and best-selling author. Good to have you with us, John. I want to turn to what we just reported here about 10 minutes ago, and that is that there is evidence that a left-wing activist was, in point of fact, an agitator in that mob that assailed the Capitol. I understand that you have reporting on this as well. Tell us what you will, please.
Yes, there is a new FBI affidavit filed in court today in which an FBI agent says John Sullivan of Utah, a liberal anarchist, liberal activist, was participating in the rally. He has been out there saying, listen, I was filming it as a journalist. I was there inside the Capitol as a journalist. The FBI says that is not true. He was participating in the acts, according to the FBI. He was encouraging people to light things on fire. He was encouraging people to take things. And the FBI recommends in their affidavit that he be charged with federal crimes. This is the first known person that the FBI has confirmed, a liberal activist, not a Trump activist, a liberal activist engaged in criminality inside the Capitol as part of last Wednesday's riots.
A video of Sullivan operating and also capsulizing his role and some braggadocio about how effective he was as a provocateur. That video I know is on a number of sites. Yours, it's on Gateway Pundit. I want to give them credit. It was the first that I saw. It is chilling to see what was going on. It is also very clear that we're going to have to wait some time before we should be making a headlong rush into a conclusion about that mob, because there are other videos out as well and you're reporting on this as well. I mean, we were watching Capitol Police open up stanchions and gates and fences that permitted mobs into mobs. They were at that point private citizens, it seemed, on their way to look at the Capitol. That turned into an outright vicious riot. So anyway, let's turn to the issue at hand, and that is the most important matter, I think, here tonight, and that is the president declassifying these documents on Obamagate, the spying conspiracy and plot, and the actual effort to overthrow this president as a result. We now know that there are documents that exist that support the president and make liars out of so many who claimed that there was no spying, there was no effort to do exactly what they did.
You are 100% right. I can confirm. We were talking last night. Will the president deliver on this, one of the last remaining promises? He has delivered in a big way. More than a foot-high stack of documents he has authorized, released by the FBI and the Justice Department. These are the things that the FBI has tried to keep from the public for 4 years. They have amazing big picture revelations. And let's start with, I think, the most important one. Christopher Steele, in his debriefings with the FBI after he was fired for leaking, he told the FBI, the reason I leaked is because I needed to help Hillary Clinton cover up her email problem. So I leaked to turn the attention to Donald Trump. The Russia collusion narrative was invented to protect Hillary Clinton from ongoing revelations about her email scandal. It was a political dirty trick, and that was Christopher Steele's own words. People tomorrow, I believe, will get to see his words. I've been reporting on this privately. I haven't seen the declassified documents yet, but I'm telling you that my reporting, I know that's in the document. Similarly, Stefan Halper, the other informant, remember he's the guy that recorded Papadopoulos and Carter Page.
Right.
In his tasking orders, when the FBI is tasking him, my sources tell me from weeks and months of reporting on this, that he was told to spy on the Trump campaign. In fact, he was given a cover. Try to pretend you might want to get involved and get hired by the Trump campaign, and then start talking to people and pump them from information. In anyone's book, that is spying. Remember, James Comey said it wasn't spying. The Democrats called it wasn't spying. This document, when it's released tomorrow or Monday, will blow out of the water any idea other than the FBI was spying on the Trump campaign. As early as August 16, the word Trump campaign was all over the FBI documents.
This is appalling. It's disgusting. Even as the Democrats have rushed into another farce of an impeachment, we're watching their first, which already has fallen apart. But now we know the criminal acts of a number of federal officers, whether they're in the State Department, whether they're in the FBI, whether they were working with the FBI. This is explosive stuff. And while they are attacking the president, once again, they will have to be defending their own wretched corruption. Do you agree?
You're right, Luke. I agree. And I'll tell you something that is going to become clear in these documents. The continuity and the connectivity between the Russia collusion false story that was planted in America for 3 years and the subsequent impeachment of the president in the beginning of 2020, enormous connectivity. In Christopher Steele's debriefing, he acknowledges that he got his primary subsource, the main guy who gave him all the bogus information, who later disowns it. When they go to the subsource, he disowns most of what's attributed to him in Steele's report. A star impeachment witness that the Democrats paraded around on camera was the person that connected Christopher Steele to that bogus witness, or to that witness who gave bogus information. That is going to be to see the continuity that really Russia, then Ukraine, and then whatever else happened. It's all interconnected. It's the same players time and again. And when we were having the proceedings, we were kept in the dark. We didn't know that witness had this connection to Christopher Steele. Important information about to be made public thanks to the president and his declassification decision.
All right. So sorry that was so long, but I forgot that the beginning was going to be talking about that liberal who actually started some of the rioting over there in Washington, D.C. at the Capitol, which is also good news. I mean, it's good news that they are able to show exactly what many people thought. The thing is that, you know, everybody could use this. The conservatives could say, I may be wrong, but I doubt it, that we may be wrong, that, you know, Carol was there. Carol was actually in Washington, D.C. and was talking to me through some of the shows and some text messaging that she saw what was going on and knows people that heard things, and I believe that was, I had so many people that were, I knew so many people that were in Washington D.C. that said that they saw Antifa there and saw some other stuff, and then we had other people that said, well, I didn't see Antifa, so I think it was all Trump people. So you had a little bit of conflicting information, but listen, we know that at least for us as conservatives, all of this on the show, we never would have gone in there in the Capitol and tried to burn it down or anything like that, or hit a cop in the head with anything. That we would have been there and would have gone over there and protected the cops, all the people that are on here right now. And so there was it just didn't make sense. A lot of it just did not add up. And so we knew that there had to be some people in there. And then what Carol's saying too, just kind of supports what I'm saying, is that all this is great information and it's all stuff that we knew. It's just going to confirm and lay it all out there. And then they're still going to say it was a hoax. They're still going to shut us down. They're still going to make it not possible. And that is really, you know, there's no doubt in my mind that the Democrats, the Amazons, the Facebook and Twitter and now Snapchat and all these others that are shutting down a conservative talk host, is that so they can't talk about what's going to be released tomorrow. They still don't want to release, right? They would rather that they're the people that are Democrats that are kind of wobbly, that are kind of have one foot in the party and one foot out, that they still don't want to lose a few of those people. So they're doing their very darndest to make sure that you know, that they don't see some of that information, kind of like the Hunter Biden stuff, right? How they hid that and didn't allow that to be to get out to the people. That even though that it is truth, even though that it is facts, they're doing everything they can to keep us from being able to get that information out there. And that's why we need to fight against the tyrants and everything that's going on. Again, it'll be out tomorrow, but it's not going to change the impeachment. It's not going to change anything. We're still going to be on mandated lockdowns and masking and all that kind of stuff. All that stuff will still be fine. But we're all good. Because of the stuff that I had earlier. So I should have started with that, because the other stuff I led with is actually the better news. So I hate to leave on a bad subject matter. My assistant has called me 3 times now, so I think that there's something she needs to talk to me about. And then I'm missing my call with Hedia, which is even more important. All right, my friends, I'm looking at a couple things here. Yeah, it doesn't add up. The Chinese communist propaganda. Who was it? Starbucks is working with. I think they're on 60 Minutes or something like that. They were saying, "Oh, China's our friend." Oh, Hedia, we're never. I know you love Starbucks, Hedia. I'm calling you out. I know you love Starbucks. I know it, but that's why I'm going to Coffee Bean. This is why I'm not going to Starbucks. You can go to Starbucks and I'll drive you through Starbucks. You're buying it. I'm never drinking another Starbucks coffee. When I saw the CEO of Starbucks talking about how great China is and how they're our friends and that we need to have a great relationship with them, with the enemy. There's one thing of being friends with the enemy to make sure that you're getting all their secrets and you keep them close, right? You keep your enemy close, but it doesn't mean that you side with them like Starbucks is. They're such nice people, like the NBA did, right? There's 2 different ways, 2 different types of relationships. One is to keep them close, because you know they're your enemy. The other one is to really believe that they are friends, and they are our friends. Starbucks believes that China is our friends. So just so you know, I'm not going to I'm not buying anything from Starbucks. I'm only buying from Coffee Bean. But just letting you know. All right. Has anyone thought about all the fencing and military? Yeah, well, of course. I mean, oops, sorry about that. Then what about it? I'm not buying anything. I don't buy anything from Amazon. I don't know if you know this, but I've not. I have to use some Amazon servers and things like that. What else am I supposed to do? I use things that are on Amazon servers, but I don't buy anything from Amazon anymore. I have my books on Amazon. That is true. I have my books on Amazon, but they are where the Kindle is, and that's how you do the launching. But I don't buy stuff from Amazon. I use them to sell stuff, which I think is okay. Can I use them to sell stuff? Or am I being a hypocrite if I use them to sell stuff where I make money off of Amazon? I think that's okay. I don't buy stuff on Amazon. As you know, I drive to Guitar Center. I drive to Best Buy. I drive to Costco. That's where I get my electronics and that kind of stuff. I don't buy anything. I really don't. I don't buy anything on Amazon. I'm trying to think. I'm sorry. But I do a lot of business on Amazon where I make money off of Amazon, which I think is okay. That is the only thing. I got rid of Netflix. I don't have Netflix on my television that operates. And so, yeah, I don't buy anything more from Nike. I have some Nike stuff I'm waiting to wear out because I really like the way it feels, but that was bought before. So I'm not buying any new Nike. I don't buy anything from Staples because they wear Black Lives Matter shirts on Staples. I don't buy anything on Amazon. And now I'm not going to Starbucks. So there I am. You got the whole lowdown. All right, my friends. I love you guys. I give my senses called me. She's calling me again. I got to get a hold of Carlene and see what's going on. All right, my friends. I love you guys. God bless. Have a great night. Thank you for watching, and just stay strong. You read the Bible, get closer to Christ. If you need help, if you want to message me, if you want to come on a show with Hetty and I, a devotional, and you want to talk to him stuff, we're more than happy to have more than just the two of us on the show, and would love to do that. If there's something you're struggling with, I don't have all the answers, but I don't mind talking about it and finding out what it is that I can do to help somebody if I need to. I am not perfect, but I am doing my very best to learn more about my walk with Christ as I move forward. The messages are still coming. I got to get off. All right, my friends. I love you guys. God bless. Have a great night. Take care. Bye.